Hello. I'm tired. And the guy have arthritis for... Wait, that was weird. I don't know why. And thank you, Genshival, for the 4 months. Hello, hello. See, thankfully this match is actually being streamed, or I would be a little bit upset, not gonna lie. I'm only gonna be streaming this match, and then I have to leave for the mainland, and then I'm gonna be flying over to LA. Good, Kelly. I'm busy. So stressed out. Will you wash the jersey? Yeah, but I don't wash every single thing like right after I wear it once. Makes no sense. Ugh. I'm tired. But yeah. I hope everyone's having a good day. Why is this showing up here? Oh. We love that. Yeah, so this will be actually my last day of streaming until the 15th, I believe. So I'm actually... There's a lot of things. You're having a bad day. Well, I hope you feel better. That's shitty. Yeah, so I have quite a while off, almost 2 weeks. Because I actually kind of messed up on my part. So my announcement might be delayed until the 15th. If not, then I'm going to be announced. Then I have 3 days that I can't stream for. So it's kind of... and thank you, Kyedae Simp, for the 100 bits. How did you and Tyson meet? That's a command, actually. I don't feel like explaining it right now. And thank you, Mamechits, for the... So why is... I hope it's all properly... Why is it off center? Wait, is that just me, or is that off... Is it slightly off? I feel bad for you. Why? I think it's on purpose. No, I want to make sure that... Okay. Who is Sonics? So Sonics is the Australian team that won the Masters in like the Oceania area or whatever. So they're the best in that region. I don't know, it should be an interesting one. The logos still aren't centered. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Oh, there we go. Why is it getting cut off? You. It's not working. You know what? Just a sec here. It's showing up full screen on mine. Is it? That's so trippy. I think it's fine. Are they good though? Will you be following the whole Sentinels? Is my camera blocking it really? Oh my god. I'm so bad at this. Display capture device. The display doesn't even capture the full screen. Display capture device. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I don't know for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you. 10 for 10s. And thank you, by 03 for the sub as well. I didn't delete my VOD yesterday. I actually unpublished it, but it's all good. I'll probably republish it later. I just have some stuff I need to do. And thank you, Drank, for the sub, and thank you, IOCares, for the 5 months. Hey, Kyedae, what are your pronouns? She. She, her. Sorry. I haven't really been asked that question before, so. Yep. What camera do you use? I use the Logitech C922. I'm gonna ask what your favorite pizza topping is. Probably sardines, pineapple, strawberries. I'm just fucking with you now. I actually don't know. Probably like, I really like banana peppers. I've been really into spicy lately, so. Australia's top team is like low gold too. Okay. That's mean. Okay, I'm putting it back now. Oh, dicey. The champion of this one. Asadai gets the triple off the rocket as the ball.
Welcome back to the Valorant Championship Tour.
It's Sully
where we continue to kick off
again.
the first Challengers event of Stage 2 with the round of 32. My name is Upmine, joined here by Sully and Sully. Yesterday, we saw the powerhouses of NA kind of go through the first 2 rounds in a pretty light way. But what does the round of 32 mean for the teams that are still in?
Dude, yesterday was a complete display of NA's power. I mean, there was so much going on, but today, like you said, Gus, round of 32, there is so much on the line. You are now only 2 best of 3s away from qualifying for the first closed qualifier in stage number 2. There's a lot on the line, and these teams, it's all unpredictable because they don't know who they could be facing tomorrow.
For some teams, it means everything, and it means a massive debut, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. As we start to kind of explain the formatting for this second stage, it could get a little bit convoluted. So let's bring in Sir Rivington to kind of wrap things up in terms of the VCT
the players', what do you call it, abilities.
Welcome to the Valorant Champions Tour, a year-long tournament circuit featuring the best players and teams from all over the world, culminating in a global
I really hope Tyson can play in the Iceland
Champions
LAN tourney.
Each stage begins with challengers, where teams compete in regional tournaments for a place at Masters. Teams who compete in Masters events will earn points that help them qualify for Champions. And Champions is where the best teams from around the world compete on a global stage, where the art of greatness is on full display. And one team will be crowned 2021 Valorant Champions.
Oh my god. Should be good there. There we go.
As we head into this Challengers 1 stage, we can talk about our schedule a little bit. It's single elimination, best of 3 throughout the entire
do you know
weekend. Yesterday we went through the round of 128 and 64. Today we land on only the round of 32, where 32 teams vie for 16 spots into the next 2 days, where only 8 survive, Sully. So we're going to be having action at the same time, same place, every day throughout this weekend. Sully, that's a whole lot of Valorant.
Yeah, and not even to mention, Gus, we've got 4 other streams going on. Yes, keep in mind, this is the main stream. So in total, 5 streams covering almost every game possible, right?
And
then we move into the next day, the round of 16. Every single match is going to be streamed, Gus. Can you believe that? We're going to have every single game covered. Man, there's so much round to unpack, and it's such a great blessing to have 5 streams.
It's a little bit of a contrast, right? From the other international regions, you have what would be a couple of community streams here and there, but here we have official 5 streams ran by the boys over at NSG. So it's already a jam-packed weekend in terms of Valorant, but
okay, I can't make everybody happy. I think left is just fine.
As we had the Powerhouses, Sentinels, and 100 Thieves face off.
That is a flea nest.
Against a couple of unknowns, Sully.
Yeah, I think yesterday a lot of people were not expecting any upsets, and we didn't get any upsets, thankfully. In the first round and the second round, especially 120 and 64, when you're playing against obviously Sentinels, playing against the 128 seed, you don't expect much, at least from the 128 seed. So I think everything was pretty straightforward, and then we talked about a little bit earlier as well yesterday is that there weren't really any major upsets, which I think is a blessing for at least the teams that recently qualified for the first Masters ever. So we keep all those 8 teams alive. Moving into day number 2 though, Gus, I think things can actually get a lot more, like you said, convoluted.
Where do you get the Sentinels jersey? No, it's Tyson's.
Things can get real confusing because a lot of the teams that we've seen before for Challengers not being able to make it through to the close qualifiers, this is mostly when they fall. It's going to be the upsets.
And Kyedae is with my mom and my dad because Tyson and I are actually leaving for the mainland tomorrow.
They just got to watch their backs. And 100 Thieves in this game against Lycus Empire, they really proved that
so we're going to be in LA tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the teams yesterday that we saw, obviously, I'd say the more overdog teams like 100 Thieves, they really came out slinging. You have that 1 week break, and you're off of such a huge momentum ride after competing at Masters. None of these teams, from what we saw on stream, lost their momentum at all, Gus.
No, not at all.
Does Tyson play physical sports? He doesn't.
Teams that played yesterday, we can finally introduce kind of the main
mainland. So I live on an island in Canada, and we have to go on a boat to the mainland, and then from there, then we fly over. What order are you signing to? I can't see that yet.
Sonics. It pleasures me so much to say that, man. Because
what was your job before meeting Tyson? Be a student.
Whether it be in terms of their tournament formats, whether it be in terms of viewership, but now they have a representative in North America, and they already face up against the best team we've got.
Yeah, the best team in North America. And for context, who
are
Sonics? A lot of the viewers probably don't exactly know who Sonics are. Well, they are the best team, or I guess were formerly the best team before they moved to North America. They were ex-Exo Clan way back when they were playing Down Under in Australia. They were the best team. They dominated every single tournament. They only dropped 12 maps in their team's lifespan over in Oceania. So you know they're the best, and they're up against the best in North America. This is going to be no easy feat for Sonics.
Are you from Nova Scotia? No, I'm from
have them give us a really good game against the top dog
My cousin goes there. Yes.
And as we go down the lineup, we'll start to introduce players more.
Icebox.
Let's talk about the map picks, Sully.
Nice.
We don't know
I love watching Tyson on Icebox.
In terms of their presence here in North America.
Hey, Katie.
But we had a little bit of a talk with their captain, Ian, yesterday, and he explained to us how tough it's actually going to be to transition to the NA playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke a little bit to Sonics about how or Ian in particular, about how the styles are so different. Sentinels play a lot more aggressive, and at least for Sonics, they view themselves more as a Korean style or a little bit more European, where they're a little more passive. So we've got 2 very stark contrasts style differences between these two teams, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they play. Now, when it comes down to the map picks and bans, Sentinels, we know they're insta-ban.
Hyperx red with the Sentinel jersey. I know, it like matches so perfectly. It's great. Day 5 of asking Kyedae should like seafood. Oh, I love seafood.
Counter-stratting team or a counter-picking team. So in this case, they ended up banning out Haven, and we land up on Icebox as the first pick. Which
you're going to New York? No, I'm going to LA.
Let me explain why kind of the numbers for the map rate just doesn't matter for Sonics. They've only lost 2 maps in the past 3 months.
I'm gonna be so exhausted these next few days.
We're talking about, it might be from like 100% to like 80%. So in terms of Icebox, it's not exactly their very best map, but it might be the one that they're most,
That's
at
weird.
least, I guess you could say, familiar with.
Yeah, and then Iceboxes, they always have a very interesting composition, but we can touch back on that when we get
Should we start it like right away here?
Split and why
and thank
maybe
you,
Senpai. So you talked about how Sonics were kind of a more counter-stratting team. Well, the main reason for banning Haven is because that's Sentinel's strongest map. So Split is also Sentinel's second strongest map, and the third map being a strong map pool for both of these teams. But now we're jumping into Icebox, Gus, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about the agent composition that Sonics have. Already, you can see there's a Viper already for the boy Bob.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna have Bob taking up the Viper early on for Sonics.
Wait,
and again,
is this with her buff or no?
They were actually very interested in using up Astra throughout this tournament. But
I'm guessing it's no buff. Oh yeah, this is before the update, right? So before the Bucky nerf.
Yeah.
Instead, they're gonna go back to the same old, and
Tyson
from
on
what we see, the quote-unquote
Marina. I'm so excited.
Is quite.
And thank you, Damien, for the sub.
Right, yeah, it doesn't feel like we see this composition really at all in North America, right? To go Omenless or Brimstoneless, or I guess even in Sonic's case, Astraless, because we've heard that they love to use Astra, they love to incorporate it. To go with only a Viper, and keep in mind, folks, we're on patch 2.05, not the patch where Viper just became this
team hasn't lost
agent.
a map in 4 months.
It's going to be interesting to see how they incorporate Bob's use of Viper, when normally he's traditionally going to be playing up the Sova or sometimes even the Breach on different maps. So Sonic's going into this game, I think their biggest advantage right now, knowing that they are more than likely the underdogs against top dogs, Sentinels.
You look tired.
Kind of
yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m.
Looking at it from Sentinels, but no one's
I've been up for a while.
He's definitely put in the prep work. He's definitely done his homework.
I didn't have class today, but I had quite a bit of homework,
so kind of crazy to say. We're trying to set up Sonics here because for most of the audience here in NA, they would have no clue who these guys even are. So let's talk about Sentinels. They just came
Shazam's gonna be on chat.
A Masters Championship with a
Sick is so versatile. Like, look, he's playing on Sova. Like, this guy is insane.
And still able to pick up some gold, some silverware. That's insane. You just kind of see that.
How does it feel earning in young age?
They have the power, the individual power. And
I feel like it gives me the flexibility to be able to do a lot more.
Yeah, Icebox, I think, is where they were probably one of the more dominant teams in North America. I mean, we saw that phase game way back in the grand finals. Tens was popping off, so we'll see if he can do it here again. Early on, Sentinels, it's that Viper wall that goes up. You can kind of use this as a fake, but Dapper's going to instantly cancel it out and throw up his own Sage Wall and get a little bit of elevation. Whereas in the meantime, Sonics, they have a little bit of contest back towards the A side.
Well, they anticipated it, but that's nice.
I'm putting it here now, so you guys can see the mini map. Sorry.
Both are right in front of him. It's going to be big at least for the long haul, but otherwise, the rest of Sonics, because they're closed up by that wall, it's a little bit too tough of a choke point to even go through. They have no information from what's behind that wall.
I hope that's okay.
It's only Dapper, but they could be running into a crossfire. So for now, they're just taking things nice and slow.
If you're joining an org that's not the org Tyson's with, then would you be allowed to cheer against your org and for Tyson? That's the thing. I'm not on the same org as Tyson, and so I asked my org, and they were like, "That's gonna." They said that'd be funny.
Already starting to push forward down towards A for a flank.
Very, very quick flank and getting all of that information. Now Sentinel's fully on the rotation back, and you still have Dapper on this front.
Dapper still?
7 HP. Still
my God.
Still somehow can damage, taking down Crunchy, but quickly Sentinels. They have 2 players over in yellow box, and Shazam and Sick combined for the last 3. Sentinels pick up the pistol.
I think that pissed around kind of greatly shows the two different styles between Sentinels and Sonics. I think both teams in that one were trying to read each other, right? Sonics were anticipating a very aggressive style, at least coming from Sentinels, and that's why we saw Dizzy Life sitting in the back.
Should I put my camera up here? Would that be better for you guys? Less cluttered?
I think Shazam
don't know where to put it.
Towards mid. So Sonics were anticipating Sentinels get aggressive. Sentinels were anticipating Sonics to be super slow and defaulty. So they get aggressive, they get that ground, and that very early wall from Dapper really threw a wrench.
I put it below the map, but it looks really weird. Ooh, Tyson's getting really aggressive.
And we see a little bit of that again as Tens, he takes up Pipes control. Gets that first contact, but not able to really find anything. He goes back into it again, but there you go. Crunchy, a celebrated player from Australia.
Kill feed, oh my god.
Quake, a long stint in CSGO. Now coming over to NA, fully committing to Valorant. Dance.
Okay, I'm just leaving it here.
Legend.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's almost anticipated, right? When a player comes over from Quake, it's the pure mechanics that can completely discombobulate your opponent.
Yeah, I heard Crunchy as well. Yeah,
there you go.
What is it? A cup of coffee every day is what the
not
team
changing
it
anymore.
A couple of fans told me. So the dude is always going to be very fast, very cracked. So we'll see what he can do. Off of that first pick, it's a late lurk from Ian, the IGL here of Sonics. That's going to get a progress up towards mid, straight through 2. And there's even a flank. But he has a classic, Gus.
Oof, thank God.
Oh man, it was sidearm v sidearm too. Ian, super possible up that battle, but just couldn't win it. Not a lot of information either. Only able to catch up only one person, one pixel in a sense. And now it's just Dapper with the Ares sitting up on yellow, just grinding out damage, farming, and like you said, alone, but still able to heal. Sick is here. Same thing with Shazam off the flank. Wonderfully done by Sentinels again as they wrap.
Clean here from Sentinel. Sonics, they're able to find first picks. I think they're really trying to shut down Tens. I think that's the biggest issue, at least for the side of Sonics, is that coming from Oceania, I remember we discussed with Ian, is that the skill level isn't as comparable to maybe North America. So this is going to be kind of a huge change in terms of playing in Oceania and coming to North America, is that the skill gap, at least when you're playing against the #1 team in North America and probably one of the best players in the world in the form of Tens, there's going to be a huge learning curve, and Sonics are starting to slowly adjust to it as now they've got the rifles out, but Shazam is ready to battle with an op.
I love this. He's so
quick now. You see the Viper wall right on up towards B main. They quickly take it down. It was just for that first contact. See if they can catch up a little bit of space for Dizzy to get on top of box.
Oh.
Now you still have Ian on the wrap, almost able to catch one in mid too. But look at the space that Shazam has made. That's an instant frag from onto Ian. Not only that, but it cleared out the rest of A main. And now they already begin to rotate.
Yeah, the wall up as well is going to make this really difficult of a plan.
Tyson's on 56 ping.
Otherwise, they're going to be super exposed.
Yeah, it's really, it's painful for him.
Get that plant right in front of that double stack box.
It'll be nice though when he's in Ollie, he'll get a little
less. So much of a delay, but they've thrown a wall up themselves. Snake fight straight up towards Shazam over the bridge. He's not going to be able to have much of a fight here, and there's really no counter as Sonics will get the spike down for the first time in this game.
Crunchy out and away, not taking up any HP. That's probably the most important part. Even with the wall bangs, it was still just fine, so still backs up, and now it's full control for Sentinels. At least this site, they just want to get this spike down, but Bob getting 2. You still have Plix playing around yellow box, down to 5 HP. Zombs with a pick.
He's got the
Crunchy
spam.
has to get it through the box, trying to spam, can't find it. Shazam down to 50. Oh, and he gets the defuse.
Nice. Oh wait, what's Shazam's HP at?
Made the wrap all the way from B main to mid. And Sentinels, although they make it a little bit more dramatic, it was dominant from the rip as they took back B main.
He tried to go for such a long flank to try and catch the players off guard, but Sentinels, that high tempo. Sonics have, I think we heard it from Ian himself as well. Again, I'm going to keep referring to this little conversation we had, is that Sonics have always been a very dominant team in Oceania, and that's because of how good they are with post plays and retakes. But the main thing is in Oceania is that teams are a lot more cautious. They're a lot more patient on the retake. But again, that style change, North American counters, or apologies, Valorant, Sentinels being so aggressive early on, Gus, finding so many early openings, Sonics completely caught off guard.
As we go back with Sonics, this time they might be committing the bodies over towards A, and now Sentinels, they already had Shazam early, but it's a 1-2 combo coming in from Dizzy and Bob, taking down Shazam and Zombs. So now man advantage for Sonics, that's already more. As Tens lines them up, catches 2, and still a whole lot more damage to another. Sentinels, at least have 2 players over towards the back of site, Ian and Dizzy,
Good job, Ty.
trying to make their way away from this dangerous elbow position. Sick taking on some damage. Long range with a Phantom. Can't get the damage. Instead, it's Ian getting the kill on the tanks. And Sick shock dart takes down Ian.
That's good.
Dapper picks up Shazam, but it doesn't matter. Dapper finishes up the job himself. 3 players survive for Sentinels at the end of a 4-0 lead.
Sentinels are locking it down on either side. It's like Sonic can barely get a foot forward into the A site. Most of their success has come from this B site
really well.
execution.
I feel like Jet on
Shazam
op, especially this round, is pretty OP.
On this A site is such a huge threat, and Sonic's, I think they're starting to realize, but there is a slight adjustment. Shazam will pick back up the operator. Tens is going to stick it towards mid.
Is this live or pre-recorded? This is live. Well, they're obviously like a few rounds ahead.
Here by Bob to try and split that left side,
hey,
so they can focus
Kyedae.
entirely here towards right where Shazam is with the operator. But Shazam has been so punishing with it. He does miss the shot. He's got it back.
Who's the IGL? Shazam is.
Whoa.
Oh.
There you go. Plix just holding W, going through, fighting Zombs and elbow. But instantly the Viper's pit, the domain expansion goes up, and now Bob at least has full real estate now, but look at the jump on top. Not gonna be able to find anything. Instead, it has to be Bob to take down Tens, and indeed he does. Man advantage now for Sonics. 3 players in the back line for Sentinels, and Crunchy even picks up Plix right in the middle. This Viper's pit is just taking up so much space.
Oh, there's so many.
So dangerous for Sentinels to even go through.
No.
Plix is gonna take down Sick with the boom bots, and 1 more remaining. It's Dapper in a 1v4. Still has a wall to work with. Wants to put that in front of the wall. Quick burst takes down
Come on,
Crunchy.
Dapper.
Big frag. Still has to deal with a player over towards elbow, and he gets taken down. That's the first round.
Domain expansion.
I love the way Sonics, or in particular Bob, played that retake, played that post plant with the Viper's ultimate. So well done. There's a
Sentinels are special grade curse.
He gets the Viper's.
That was a good pick.
Just a little bit upwards. So now Sentinels have got to worry about the verticality effect and then all that space underneath.
Unlucky.
So well played to the side of Sonics. A great execution.
Sonics did play really well that one.
Those are the shining moments that we need, and the Aussies are on the board finally.
Viper's ult is so stupid now. No, like it's insane.
Now recollecting ourselves back into this round. Both
Viper is stupid now.
For Sonics have
He's
their
good.
ulti, Sully.
I might have to main her.
Oh my God! It's
Tyson.
Instead, I think that was a
Tyson's done the same thing for the past 2 rounds now.
Of 10, so punishing early.
So quick.
And we didn't mention this earlier. Is that Dizzy? We're gonna see him on the stop over and over. He is a pure jet operator, so we'll see what he can do against Shazam.
It's all good. Tens at zombie.
Covers up the swing. Zombs ran right into it. This were the new patch. He would have done 50 damage.
Oh Gus, look at this. Ian is on such a late lurk towards the B side. It's completely open, and the biggest thing is Sonics have split Bob's utilities of both A and B. So at least Sentinels have no idea where this hit is gonna be coming from.
Yeah, well, Dapper the lurk.
So sick. You can kind of tell that he is putting up at least a little bit of attention, but that's Herd going up gives an audio cue back to Dapper.
I think they're faking it.
Dapper! Yes!
Yeah, as Ian goes down, this might have to be a cancel, but they are
Oh,
it looks like they're still gonna go
that.
forward. Wall needs to go up, and Dapper's got a really good angle here, as he's got a boost over on the wall.
Mike is always like really good at lurking.
They still have the Viper wall that they set up early on in the round. This was their setup. This was their plan early on anyways. They put up the stage wall at least. Dapper through the fence. Couldn't get anything. Plix takes him down. Hunter's Fury early. Dizzy misses out on a clean shot mid. Would have given it a 2-man advantage back to Sonics. But now
that's like
exactly
Kyedae,
but they still have the bodies to fight, and through the Viper wall,
trying to op.
taking down Plix. This is starting to become disastrous for Sonics, but they still have the chance to at least take it on down. 3 players both on sites for Sentinels. Daisy, Life, and Bob combining for 2. Now it's just Zombs in a 1v3, and Crunchy still wins it.
Kyedae on Sonics? Of course not.
But they win it anyways.
Got really scary. If Dapper had gotten that first kill onto Plix in the back, that would have been a huge stud, at least to Sonics' push.
They're not bad.
Slowed them down by a whole lot, losing that extra duelist. But Sentinels, I think Sonics are kind of changing up the pace. Sentinels are getting kind of a little off guard, right? That early dash or that early blast pack straight into the face of Tens from Plix caught Tens completely off guard, and Sentinels, they had to adjust. Sonics
Rosa
are starting to
and
pick up the
Kyedae
tempo against North America's best, and now we're seeing a true clash of the Titans.
True Clash of the Titans. Why are they talking so anime?
Dizzy with an early shot, not able to get anything. This time it's actually double over towards B main Sully.
It's Ian again on that lane.
It already is on 1060.
Tens doesn't have the line of sight unless he walks to the right side. He might just can Tens find the kill. No, Ian with the better gun. will give them an advantage. But look at this push from B main. This is huge from Shazam, but he misses every single knife.
He only has a classic to work with now. He goes down to Crunchy and Dizzy. Watching Inner takes down Dapper, so Sentinels a little bit lower on firepower. They end up losing out all 3 of their initial battles.
This is interesting.
You're going to be able to recover. Sick. That is going to be spotted here. Slow Orb is well committed to top bridge. He can maybe stop this spike. No. Wall going up is going to make this a whole lot more difficult than the Boomba's even discovered him. It's so punishing with that information. And yeah, in a 5v2, Sentinels can maybe get an exit here or there in the form of Zombs as he's the last one alive, which it doesn't look like you are. Style on him, Plix. Show him where you come from. Sentinels, 4-3. Hey.
That's the first international teabag.
Wake up, boys. Oh my.
Okay.
I hope you don't let them get.
They saw that. They might go into a different mode. Demon mode potentially. Now they do have the firepower back, Sully.
They're gonna wake up now. Fuck, they just awoke the beast.
Instead of going towards A, where he's been able to launch a couple of Sonics players, but that was in the early round. Now Sonics are kind of committing blast packs to get that control, throwing that wall up, and yeah, Plix straight to it. Right off the rip is looking for an early pick. Shazam is going to get full control of B, however, but the lockdown is the main focus. With 3 players here, they're going to have to wait this one out. And Sonics, with no control towards B, it feels like they have to commit. With the spike, it's nowhere near that side of the site or side of the map.
Still want to take up this control. This could be a great fake. All the bodies for Sentinels are around here, except for one. Shazam actually takes down Bob over towards B as Tens gets the kill onto Ian. There goes a frag from Dizzy. The spike is coming back to the A site, but this is the jaw of the beast. Sentinels still has the 3 bodies here, but one of them goes down. Nice pick from Plix. So goes on away, has Tens on the other side of the wall, and he can't go up. He just used one of his satchels.
That was a good wall.
Get this.
At this point, they're just stuck.
Yeah, Bob is gone as well. They are really stuck because that wall is going to be huge because it blocks off Ten's line of sight where they can maybe get the spike down right in front of the double stack again. They really need this wall to break. 35 seconds left. When does Shazam maybe start to rotate? They are anticipating maybe this is going to be a cancel. Maybe it's going to be a fake and wrap towards mid given the time. But Sonics, they're waiting patiently. The wall breaks and so does Tens. He goes down, but it's Sick back with 1.
Sick still around.
He's gonna cut him off.
Oh, that's the spike. Yes, he can
yes.
Crunchy doesn't anticipate it, and there goes the route. Now it's a 1v2. Dizzy has missed a couple of pivotal shots, but has a chance for redemption.
Fake dash.
Has a close angle, and not only that, but he does have the knives. And
he's
gonna tap him twice. No, he's out in the way. Only has 1 more up.
He tried to do what Tyson does.
Waiting up at least for that take of the spike. Finally, it is going down. Know that there's one close.
He's got a peek.
Oh, he gets it on to Shazam. Still 1 more remaining. The knives are still out. Dizzy still catching on bullets. No. The defuse never goes by. Dizzy plays time. The movement, a little bit questionable, but it doesn't matter.
The movement, a little bit questionable. Not a little bit. That was quite a bit questionable, but it's okay.
A huge clutch to tie things up 4-4. I mean, this was so well done by Sick. I won't even lie. Sentinels played this so well, but when you're in a clutch position, tacticality doesn't matter. Dizzy, extremely well done. I mean, it really doesn't get better than that in a clutch. 4-4 Sentinels. They're really being tested here by the Aussie. Sonic.
She's defending the L. I don't give a shit. So
Sentinels will be looking to pack on a little bit of damage. Early Viper wall
no matter how badly Tyson's team's getting B, I will still cheer for them.
Already. Sentinels get a hold on
it's fine, it's 4-4.
They don't spot Iron on this lurk, so they can't expect him mid probably. And that's why we see those
I hope you guys are gonna be like bandwagoning.
Back away. I think now they're prepared for the B exec.
Oh, certainly, but in comes Iron again. Another cheeky lurk. This time it's up in kitchen. Spots Dapper. Dapper goes down to 30. Still has the heal orb. It's a good contact from Iron though.
It's all good.
To go away. Only one was that frag, but
they're really good.
Away almost
counter-stratting.
Yeah.
Look at that orb in mid. What on earth?
So well done here by Sonics. I think they were anticipating, or at least expecting, maybe they would need to.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Sonics are playing really well.
Work towards that B side, so they have that orb just in case. So that
Sentinels are still reading them, but
I think it was
like, look at that.
Dapper playing in the back, or maybe it was even Sick as well in that rotation. So
their use of util is
Sonics
also really
get the
good
spike down. Sentinels
I don't know. I feel like their fundamentals might not be as good, like just aiming wise.
Let's see it, Ian. The first contact and elbow. The recon dart is gonna at least ping him out. Sentinel still going slowly, especially from the mid side. That shock dart does a whole lot of damage. Might take down Plix. Plix down to 7 HP. Just needs to stay alive. That eye does go a little bit high. Dapper still has a wall too, but this could just be a very
my Tyson.
I want to go for it. Daisy takes down one. Ian still. The defuse is going in. But the shot through from Bob takes down Dapper, and now it's a sick and a 1v4. Good attempt, at least from Dapper. The rest of Sentinels just pouring the bodies in.
It's okay.
Again, somehow, I'm thinking about the situations throughout that round
where
Sonics, they were fighting a little bit more upper towards the back A position, but they still had their contingency plan solely in the back line.
Yeah, they had Crunchy on a very quick rotation, running down through mid just in case. Sonics, these rounds are big. On the attacking side as well of Icebox, you want to maximize how many rounds you can get out of this one. They are really giving Sentinels a run for their money. Again, we're going to see Dapper playing solo on this B site, trying to get the wall up early to prevent any early B exec. But knowing Sonics, they love to play with the picks. They love to try and get an opening.
You scare me.
He to play that angle, and he's going to go for more. Shazam right
he
behind
still goes for the...
With a second onto Crunchy, but Dizzy's there for one.
Fuck!
Nice kick from Dizzy. Into at least
fuck Dizzy.
Bleeding.
Who the fuck is this?
Tenz was looking like he was on a tear, looking for revenge too. He lost out on most of his battles.
He is on such a huge play.
He's been here so many times though, Sully. Sick is gonna check
Thank
this
you,
100
Sick.
times out of 100.
Thank you, Hunter.
I mean, that's more than anticipated, right? It's the conditioning. He's always gonna be checking kitchen after what has been plenty of rounds of Ian making that same rotation.
Yeah, I was thinking
Hunter's
that maybe
too
he could have
good.
done the timing in his favor, but no. 2v4. Viper's Pit is online. The thing is Dapper and Sick are waiting, and these rotations from both Shazam and Zoms are way too quick. Yup, Viper's ultimate's gonna go up, and the recon bolt keeps them off the spike plant, giving more time for these rotations and to set themselves up for the retake.
If they choke this.
Yeah, well, the Viper's Pit.
Yes!
Out of it, and now the Pit is gonna go down on the Hunter's Fury. Ping.
Yes!
Sam gets the pick. 5-5, we're tied up again, Sully, as Sentinels, at least in that round, they just picked Sonics up.
Oh, thank God.
And then by the time
they
they
give me Zach with 100 bits.
They were more
I don't know who to go
it's
for.
These little
What do you
micro-adjustments
mean?
that Sentinels are doing. It's all started with 10.
Don't just go for somebody because they're winning.
That
is not the way to go. And thank you, Kwang Smash Shung Shush for this
They've done it before earlier in this first half to adjust quickly to
Kyedae's
Sentinels.
toxic?
Can they do it again as we're heading to the last 2 rounds?
Yeah, maybe. I am a little bit.
The penultimate round of the half. This time it's a little bit more modified of a setup, at least for the Sentinels, where they actually have 3 over towards the A area. It's actually 2 close. Trying to look over towards A main. Speaking of close, we have Dapper again, who might just get countered by the showstopper. Blix trying to chase, but he ran out of the satchels, and now Dapper is out and away. The showstopper is gonna get wasted.
Waste of an ult.
He's gotten so much space. However, Sentinels, it's Sick to respond back with an hour drone. So now they've got the info that's gonna force Blix to back away just a little bit. And 3 players stacked up here by the side of Sentinels. It's Ian again on a very
Has
very
Tyson
late
ever
round.
like properly
If you are
raged?
Sentinels,
Not
you
in
need to be
Valorant,
expecting
no.
this. You have
In
to
League of
expect this
Legends,
late
yes, he
from
does.
Ian. There's an opportunity to maybe shut down 2 players. Zom's making a wrap
yeah,
back
but do I go
towards
for my favorite
Rafters.
player or home country?
Nice Viper or Snake Bite
up to
straight
you.
onto the foot of Dapper is going to force him back a little bit as Ian opens things up on A.
It's a fast rotation too. It's the 2 players that have been mostly on a pivot.
Tyson, let's go.
Shazam coming back too late. Tenz in the back line. Crunchy immediately gets the pick onto Tenz. Dizzy, nice pick onto Sick. Still 2 up top on Raptors. Might be 3 in just a little bit, but they have full
That
control
ping
of sight.
difference
That
is
same
like
wall goes up again.
doing
They
a
wanna counter it. The wall is
world
going down. Zoms with a pick. Dapper up close. Takes down Crunchy with the
of
wall
a
open and the
difference.
smoke still down. Dapper's
Ping
actually going
sucks.
for the defuse. Shazam watching up top. Still 3 for Sonics in the back line. Shazam misses out on the wall ping. No longer being defused as Dizzy gets the pick up to Zoms. 1 more player remaining, and it's gonna have to come down to Shazam. He knows that there's a gap through, but with only an op, he just has to go nuts. Bob had that first contact, and Shazam looks away for a split second. Somehow Shazam is still alive, but now he's done. Sonics
And
once
thank you, Ace,
again
for the sub.
maintain a lead over Sentinels.
Dude, Dizzy is being so
I mean, you're
deadly
streaming
in
it. That
these
takes a
close
lot of
range
bandwidth.
engagements with an
But I'm on
operator.
a separate
He's hit
line
so
of
many quick
internet,
scopes in such
so.
crucial positions. My goodness. I mean, it's the battle of Shazam and Dizzy. The ops going off ham in every single round. It feels like every round has got an operator kill, and it is such an influential one. Like quick scope on the same side. Dizzy
I swear,
hits
Kyedae
two
always looks stoned.
just to give Sonics the
Dude,
6th round, and we
I
said
just
it
have
going
small
in now
eyes.
into the last 2 rounds. We're here in the last Sentinels. Shazam's no longer got an op. Dizzy has his, but it's the Blade Storm that might salvage something out of this one, at least for Shazam.
Tyson's near 60 ping. I hope he's gonna do okay.
Looks like we got a pause on the server. Oh, it's a moment for really everyone to take a deep breath, right?
This is an insane game so far. I think we kind of hyped it up that Sentinels were the very clear favorites, but Sonics, man, they're proving why they were #1 from where they once were. And I mean, Sonics, dude, they are being so deadly right now. They are definitely on the same skill level as Sentinels right now.
I mean, what a story for Sonics to even get here, right? Because they already crowned themselves as king of the Oceanic region, and well, they left midway. They end up getting sponsored by Sonics, and now they play up in a team house, or at least what we assume is actually a team office. And I mean, Sonics, for them to quickly make that transition over, you already know that it's tough. Let's see how they fight up against Sentinels again, however, for one last round. Early on, it was Shazam with an updraft over in mid, misses out on his shot, but we already have an early pick.
And Zom's punishing Plix, who's gone for that blast back straight onto Belt, I think a couple of times now. Slowed down after that. Sonics are a team that really relies on getting the opening pick with their duelists, right? Dizzy Life with that operator scouring the map, seeing what Crunchy can get, or apologies, Plix, what he can find as well. So Revive comes in. Obviously gonna get 1 frag back. 4 versus 5 as Sonics.
She loves
Dizzy again to just play this really late lurk, and he's even brought out the Blade Storm to try and find something. But on the opposite side, the Viper Wall is ready to go, but Sick, he's alone here. He's got no company as Shazam has to make this rotation. Same thing with the rest of Sentinels. They're down a man early on. They need to try and get a pick back here. Shazam alone, top of tube. All this utility being committed here in Sentinels. It's going to be so difficult. Spike will be committed, but no Shazam. He's up top, but the Spike goes down at the last second. It's a 4v3 with kills going back and forth. Sonic's fine too, and Sentinels are down to just 2. It's against Shazam, juggling between the guns, Blade Storm ready, and a 3v2. Sonics have already backed away. 2 players by Banana. A big paranoia goes in. Shazam needs an opening, and he's got one, but punished by Bob. It's down to Zoms in the clutch. 1 versus 2 to tie things up. He's stuck in the dark cover, but out goes the swing, and down he goes. Ian picking up a 7th here for Sonics to give them the lead going into the second half.
I mean, unreal. Now Sonics just putting into a storyline type way, right? Sonics up 7-5 over Sentinels going into the second half. What would be the favorite side for themselves statistically, the defender side?
What server are they on?
Having this lead, at least
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you.
I feel like it's all about Sonics proving themselves to themselves
and
the rest of the region that they're in, North America, and maybe even to the rest of the world, that it always feels like Oceania has been this, like, has always been a weird region for at least
I think everyone can see that, but it's
okay. So for Sonics to come in and just straight out the water, compete at the level of Sentinels on one of Sentinels' more strong maps, one that we've seen them play competitively, it's such a huge growth.
Stop bitching about the ping and splitting difference.
Now in North America, they've got to do it again in a second half.
Well, let's see it now. Already starting off. A couple of missed shots. Already deep in A main. And Sonics looks like they want to almost completely abandon this A site as Sentinels. They do take up a little bit more control. See, at least Combo pinging out. Not exactly going to get anything, and they haven't taken up that back control yet, but it's actually going to be a deeper wall than they're used to. Now Plix on top of Raptors. This is really the only position that they have to look out for. 3 bodies looking at that exact same position. 10 takes down Plix. Shazam and Zoms with another one.
Nice try.
10s with a second. Now it's just Dizzy in a 1v5.
Dapper just knifed him, yes! We love that. Good job, Mike.
International team bag.
There we go.
Oh,
you know what? We're good.
For sure. They want to really state who
we're
are
good.
the kings.
We're back.
Oh man, Dapper, that's classic Dapper. They were feeling it. We were anticipating. We're like, okay, when is Sentinel's gonna bring the heat back? When is the fire?
You know what? I think that is worse than teabagging.
When is that
knifing
somebody?
And
there it is.
That's
Dapper
like
with
the
a
funny
knife
shit ever.
jumping around the corner. Second half already off to a roaring start.
And thank you, Elbans.
Start of the second half, 6-7 Sonics.
I just said sub. I meant sub.
Sentinels, a slow progression straight towards the B site. That Viper Wall doesn't cancel anything. Sonics are ready for it.
It's gonna be at least triple for Sonics.
I think it was
early
skip
on.
for the sub. We'll see.
Get that weird angle for the Viper Wall too. It was just for that initial pick, but otherwise it's just gonna be very quick for Sentinels. They already have that wall up. No wall bang those. The wall does cover up.
Oh, the timing.
Nice green box. Ten's watching the back line. Not gonna be able to get anything just yet, but still maintaining it. Takes down Ian. Good trade back from Crunchy, but it's a man down for Sonics. They do start to converge just a little bit more. We're used to seeing a little bit more flank play, but in this case,
like half, yeah.
And there you go. Like you mentioned, Zoms. So looking over towards that mid side could come by in a very quick crunch. And Plix, he gets counted out. The wall is still there. Plix has to get away some way, somehow. Zoms clears the angle. Dizzy with another shot. Oh my, this spike is going down so quickly.
Nice.
Zoms, he can clean this all up. Takes down Crunchy. Still one more on site. The spike is already dead and gone.
Yes!
He gets one to
Well
the back of the
done.
head. Sentinels have tied it up 7-7.
He's dead.
Nice clean stuff from Sentinels just to kick off the
And
second
thank you,
half.
Reps,
Tie
for the
things up
$3.
7-7, but now the gun round. That was such a punishing round by Sonic to take 4 players away from Sentinels, 4 reinvestments. So going into this one, round number 3, where we expect the winning team with the first 2 rounds to have a bonus, it's more or less going to be Rifles v Rifles. The only person not upgrading being Zom, the lone survivor. And Sonics, it's an early battle here. It's already, players are looking to swing very
overrated.
early. Never mind, Bob is going to back away after the Viper Wall goes up.
It's okay. You'll never go pro in Valorant anyways, so...
At least early on into this round, Sentinels might be playing a little bit more defaulty in a sense. It's more individual.
I'm sorry. Is that rude? Maybe.
The A site, same thing with over towards
Wanna
mid.
be pros saying shit like that, so weird.
Sully, as Sentinels, they slowly but surely take up a
Have
little
a great
bit more
night.
control of the map.
Ian has got a great contingency plan here. A beautiful.
I'm sorry. When you talk shit about my boyfriend, I'll talk shit back.
More importantly, these nanoswarms, one behind that double stack, one straight in front of where the spike will most likely go down, just to prevent it from going down. Sentinels are being slowed down, but that shock dart just broke literally everything except for the one swarm. So most of the util, the alarm bot is still waiting at the top of tube, and Ian is still able to get a first kill.
Our
Swarm goes
boyfriend.
out to prevent any
Sure.
push. Now he's got to be a little bit more worried about the yellow.
I'm not
team.
gonna lie to
Nothing
you,
yet for
those
Sentinels, they are
Sonics,
still spread out
like the
across
way that
map,
they
looking for
clear
at
angles
least a
and
trade back
corners
to
is
get
like
them
really
going.
fluid. It's nice.
Bob has the pick.
Like, you see what I mean?
He takes down
Movement's actually really
Tens.
good.
That doesn't happen often.
Nice shot,
No,
Jason.
no, it's just a pure 1v1. It was
And
Bob
thank you to Boy Pit for the
with the
5 months.
headshot position too. And just putting that in perspective too. Bob 1v1 against Tens, but now the spike going down on the B side, practically on the lonesome. But watch out, they do have a little bit of a lurker, almost going right into kitchen.
Yeah.
It's none other than Sick in that position.
Oh, think about where the spike has gone down as well.
Sick.
Sonic should be expecting the majority of these players to be playing in this ultimate area, so it's up to Dizzy to maybe get a trade, but it's Ian to punish Sick first. A paranoia ready for Zombies, but in a 2v5.
Ooh.
It's like they're almost anticipating it. They're still
Nice
checking
try.
these angles. That's unreal.
Ooh.
Zone's now in a 1v4.
NT.
And Sonics, they wanted to make absolute sure that this B site was empty, that no Sentinels players were surviving. I mean, like you mentioned, it was almost a perfect setup
I
to the
prefer
point that,
closer games than I do watching the boys just absolutely roll over people. I think it's a little bit more fun to
Spike being
watch.
planted in that default position, you almost expect everyone to be
But
back in
Sonics are
yellow.
playing really well.
And Sonics
Yeah, I agree.
completely read that situation.
Yeah, they saw that wall go up and they realized, okay, with the wall going up and defend their spawn, they're either going to rotate back to banana.
Too stressful.
But given the
Yeah,
position that
when it gets
they
to like
have
a
right
third
now,
map,
it's going to be a wrap towards
it's
mid.
really
And you
stressful.
saw the idea that Sentinels had, and that's why Tens was trying to win that fight against Bob, so he could have that alt mid control so that they didn't have to worry about their flanks. But unfortunately, with Tens going down to Bob, it created a huge
You know
gap in
what?
that
Tyson
position.
did
And
eat
Sonics
Subway instead
were off
of
to another
a
roaring start, but
homemade
it's
meal
Shazam
today,
instead
so
to take
maybe
down
that's
Dizzy.
why.
Now the double duelists both making their way in deep into A main, just trying to get a couple of picks, but it's Plix getting a pick. Zoms takes him back. Now man advantage for Sentinels, as they can just put up that wall and get that spike down, but instead it's Crunchy on top of Raptor taking out Shazam. Still under. Bob is here alongside.
No.
Crunchy and Bob gets two quickly off the rotation. Sonics the overwhelmed Sentinels.
Wow.
Bob is a machine right now.
That
so many crucial
was
kills.
actually really
There's no way to put it.
good.
This man is cold-blooded. His
The
agent is,
hell?
and so is he. Sentinels. That is a huge shock for Bob to win. 1v1 on the first engagement on the right side.
Sonics are playing very, very well.
Sonics. They are competing at such a high level right now against Sentinels, and Sentinels.
It's NSA
we know them
for
to
the
be a team that can adjust in this portion of the match. When you've hit that quarter part of
they're playing so aggro now.
This is where you adjust. This 5th round, while they are on an eco, are gonna feel out the rest of the map. But this is where we see the little changes. Ian from out the sky, it's Shazam to be sent back down to Earth.
Yeah, like a clade pigeon. Goodbye, Shazam.
Oh!
1, 2, make it 3. No, does not take down Zobs. But man, oh man, Sonic's with an explosion of frags, and they're still looking to go at Sonic speed to try to finish off this round.
What is happening?
It's just such low HP. That is, oh my goodness, Sonics. From the first shot to Dizzy, dude. When we were doing our VOD review, I said Dizzy isn't your traditional jet. He's not one to really dash in and just open up the map and get all this space.
Yes, we know it's an eco round, but
like that, he is so good with his aim. His operator, his blade storm, everything about this guy just screams jet. He is the living embodiment of it. You thought Wardell was it? No, this guy is now Dizzy, coming up huge for Sonics. They've got a lead 10-7, and Sentinels. I talked about adjustments.
What's an eco round? An eco round is basically
round number 6 in
when
the second half is where you need to start to turn it up.
It's the economy
and this is so pivotal, Sully. Look at the economy now for Sentinels. They could get reset right here, right now.
It's like if they can fully buy it, or if they can only half buy.
Disengage. Oh, he's gonna get it as well.
What?
Shazam was peeking the other side. Yeah, Dapper with that instant revive is gonna bring him back to a 5v5. They were
his full body wasn't even peeked out.
Worked up towards Dude, giving his position away, and that should cause a little commotion. So Sentinels, they've got all this info, they've got all this control.
Oh
scaring Sonics just a little bit.
And thank you, 13E11A.
They realize Tens is backed away, but Sentinels are starting to filter back out through the B or through the A side, back into B. Where Bob, the only man standing there currently, is waiting for them. Ian pushed down through tube though.
Oh, Ian.
Oh, and they have no sense to watch the flank Sentinels.
I was about to say, first of all, if Ian had gotten there a little bit earlier, could have gotten at least that information that they're sticking around to B. But instead, now it's going to have to be a full retake from Sonics with only Bob looking out on site. Look how tight this angle is, man. I mean, how on earth could he even get a pick from here?
Oh, no.
Someone wide swings in, does take down Sick, but he's instantly taken back by Tens, 4v4.
They do have a revive available, at least for the side of Sonics, so they can get that man advantage. So it's big for Bob to get that first kill, and I think it would be valuable because you have those snake bites. But Ian, this is the fight that needs to go the way of Sentinels. Ian, it's an off angle, and he's got the first kill here for the retake. But Shazam needs this trade. Lockdown goes into effect, and this just became so much more difficult for Sentinels.
And Ian is sticking around, but look at the wall bangs through. Could it actually take down the lockdown?
There it is.
It does. There you go. Shazam takes down the lockdown, and now Ian needs to fight up Shazam in a 1v1. Now he pops out. Tens goes down. 1v4. Dapper just has to hold down this fight. Just has to play time. Ian gets the kill. Do they have time?
No.
No, they don't. Sonic. Of their team.
Well played, Mike. Let's go, team! We fucking got this!
Reset on Sentinels. You mentioned it right before. Sentinels, that full buy after 5 rounds of not having good economy, that was it. And the fact that Sonics, they were so close. They took down every single Sentinels player. So Sentinels, they are still going to be hurting. It's the same situation. Sentinels, this is a round they have to win, but they need to win it confidently and
They do need to win it.
Sonics have got plenty of cash built up over these last 5 rounds where they can continue to invest, dig deep into their pockets to get the operator and continue with buys.
I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie.
A little bit of an ultimate check. We do have that Viper's hits ready up in this round.
For yesterday.
Look like we're gonna have Bob at least in a good anchor position. Instead, he's gonna leave his teammate around the B site. The KJ at least for Sentinels. They're still maintaining a lurk
That
over on A
Viper
side, but they're still
buffers?
making noise.
Oh, they're not playing with the
mainly
buff.
going to be there for rotation kills.
Yeah, but here's the thing is that Zoms, I don't know how far his smoke is going to reach.
Whoa,
It might hit spawn, but no. Instead to use the wall. Ion's going to break that portion of the wall so we can drop his Nanostorm and get a wall bait, but no. Dapper's read it. Makes a quick adjustment. Second Storm to go down, but Dapper's clear of it.
Yeah, some decent damage, but it's certainly not enough to get a kill.
Oh no,
Ian was thinking
Zoms.
about it too. He was thinking about that possibility, but now Dizzy.
I'm getting so scared by like the people that are lurking.
Knows that there might be a little bit of a
I feel
flank.
like
This is just two sitting ducks.
Yeah. Here's the
They're
thing.
just waiting for that interaction. So much action happening on the B site. While in the meantime,
know.
Dizzy was just in a 1v1.
Watch
There
out
he
for the
goes. The
Hunter's
Viper's
Fury.
pit is up alongside the wall. And not only that, but a Showstopper not going to be able to catch anything. Instead, it's Zapper going down. The defuse is still going in. Hunter's Fury going to be able to take down Ian, but still the defuse is going to go down on Crunchy. Zoms gets a kill
Easy.
back. And not only that, but Bob went down too. So the Viper's
There you
pit goes
go.
down, and Zoms and Shazam combined for
We're
4
better.
Sentinels have a 9th.
I don't know what's happening. That was a really fast
Wow.
round, but it's okay. We're winning.
Sonics just got to take a second to breathe. It's 10-9 now. Sentinels fighting back with every fiber in their body.
Dude.
4 kills across the board. Well done on the post play. They were really sticking to the fact that Zoms was watching that flank and Sick had that Hunter's Fury to play with. They used such good ult combos there as well. Sentinels played that one extremely well in the post plant. Sonics, even with their ultimates, the positionings that Sentinels took, playing that post plant, well done to them. But now it's
I don't know,
up
but
to
I like the
Sonics.
casters. They're actually pretty good today.
Economy is
Well, I
starting to
know
take a
it's the
big,
exact
big
same as
tear
yesterday,
after
but
these last 2 rounds. And Dizzy, no, he's not gonna get it. 10,
Better.
one tap to his head, and there's an explosion, a burst onto the B site with 4 players.
Good job,
It's
Tyson.
gonna be the last time we're gonna be seeing Dizzy with the off.
Why did Tyson just jump
His
like that?
economy. Now Bob.
That
It was
scared
his
me a
second
little bit.
contact on the B site, but wasn't able to get anything done. Ian with a deep nanostorm, gonna try to catch Dapper.
Oh,
a little bit of
Tyson,
damage, but
thank you.
instead it's actually Crunchy in the back, rotating
Better.
through the spawn and goes down to 10s. 10s with
Ah!
and he's just holding W on Flicks. Only as a Bucky, it can only play this position.
Don't.
with Bucky.
Oh,
Still
thank
gets
God.
2, but it's just consolation.
Dude, if-
Sentinels, they get their
if
own
that
double digits,
raise-
they tie up.
Just won
tie
that
up
with the
this game, and-
Bucky, I'd
well, at least from
freak
that
the
round,
fuck
Sully,
out.
Sentinels, they just took it pick by pick.
Okay, listen, I am
Almost gave
I
it
am
to him,
all for NA.
honestly.
I'm an NA diehard, and Sentinels, they are feeling it. Specifically 10s in this round, dude. The confidence after those last 2 that they picked up from 7-10 now to 10-10 Sentinels, you can tell they're feeling it. They are playing so much more confident. They are in their element. And Sonics, you can't get them out of it. 10-10, a very, very weak buy as Bucky's, Marshalls, whatever they can muster. And Sonics really pulled off here on Nico to get to 11 Sentinels. The disparity of having no economy is now gone as Shazam shuts down 2 right off the bat.
Oh my God, what a flick from Flicks! Still could get a couple more, just has to go for no scopes from here on out, but it's very quick from Dapper
That was a
and Zoms
nice
to
shot.
make their way on. Again, the restricted firepower, Sonics just can't get those early picks. So instead,
No way they're
Sentinels,
winning.
they're able to essentially go on a cakewalk and waltz their way into the A site. Still just Ian remaining in a 1v4.
Couple of exits would be nice.
Oh my God.
Oh, Dapper. You know, that's one way to check your corners. You do a quick
Right, yeah.
entire flick of your mouse pad. That works out, but Sentinels
Dapper
finding
is
an
a
11,
troll, yeah.
keeping things really clean as well. 1 player going down, they're going to be looking comfortable, not to mention 4 ultimates. We've got a couple waiting on the backside, waiting on the bench to be called if Sonics need to get it, but this is a round where if they lose it, Sentinels now on 12, Sonics with no economy, but with those 2 ultimates in Plix and Ian,
Confidence
assuming that
is
they can
back.
keep it
It's so
going, they will have
important.
Dizzy Life's Bladestorm
It really
if they lose
is.
this round. But Sonics, this is it.
Like,
This
team
is do or die, it
mentality
feels
can
like,
change
at least from map
everything.
number 1.
I mean, you mentioned it. Dizzy Life is going to have to buy up someone in the next round if they do end up lose. And, well, not only that, the rest of Sonics, they're just aiming to win out this round. It's do or die, Sully, at this point. It's almost exactly the same scenario as Sentinels, just a couple of rounds of 4, and now
Good
10s
job.
on the lurk over on the mid side, takes down Bob. I recall
You made me yawn.
It's a good line of sight over towards the back lane of site 2, but Ian
I just had a really
showing
early
towards
morning.
spawn side. But this one's essentially going to be done. Sentinel's going to be able to get that spike plant.
Dan's is feeling it, man. Walking up alone, Sonics. 4v5, Spike gonna go down. A little bit of a spam, but I don't think Ian can find the right connections. A bit late on this peak. Can he
Well
win it
done,
against Sick?
Hunter.
No, Punished goes down. 5v3 and Sonics. digging themselves a grave as, oh, Dizzy's committed the Blade Storm. They don't have this for the next round.
No way,
He's gonna
no
have
way.
to save the up. It feels like at least.
Wow, that's so unfortunate because we mentioned that scenario and Dizzy still goes to the Blade Storm. They have to fight this up immediately. Sonic's making their way on. Shazam instantly with a pick onto Crunchy.
Ooh.
You still, oh god. I was
Wow.
about to say tens. Could just shut it down off of a wide swing, but still gets traded back. It's still such a cruel scenario now for the last two players of Sonics, as now they just won a couple of exits, but the economy is all too good. And Plix, he's stuck. He's gonna go down to either the bomb or a player. Look out for the economy too. Would have been, I think, 1K if he ended up only going down to the bomb. So Sentinels 12 to 10 over Sonics. They have themselves a map point after Sonics was firmly in the lead for a good bit.
Yeah, and look at this spot. It is horrific if you're in this position, at least Sonics,
awful.
right? We saw two Guardians. Ian can only afford utility and then some with the Judge now.
We love to see it, guys.
One more round Sentinels from what a heroic start from Sonics. They look so good, but this is the thing. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again.
Well, he is
Sentinels know how to adjust, and they've done it perfectly here in the second half when it came down to the nitty-gritty.
That's a really good Viper wall, actually.
With the weak buy, the lesser utility, Sentinels, they've been tearing it up. Again, Tens is feeling it right now.
Can you really stop Tens when he's on this mode, when he's going demon mode, when he's ready to frag, when he's at his best? I mean, you mentioned it, Sully. He's one of the best players in the world.
Favorites.
Can you really stop him when he's on his A game? Let's see if Sonics can even attempt to do so. You have Dizzy off the first contact. The one-way orb, and Dizzy wants to try to use it for his own advantage. And indeed, he opens up a huge entry pick for Sonics, but it's already taken down.
Nice,
Dizzy has to fight up a
Hunter.
second player in sick, and now all of a sudden, the Uno reverse card has been placed down. Now Sonics are the one down a player.
Oh, and look at this commitment from Ian. He's got the big ult that can maybe win them this round. Sonics have got a lockdown, and they're going to the A site. Sentinels, they could be walking into the lockdown. This is the best case scenario, and you can see Plix is backed away. As soon as the lockdown comes in, he had the showstopper, but Zoms, too quick on the trigger. It's Crunchy back for one.
Damn, a Guardian, though.
Crunchy only with a Guardian, too, getting up such a huge pick. But look at the radius now of the lockdown. There's so much space over towards the back of site. The lockdown simply is not efficient enough to just keep Sentinels away from this site. They can keep the real estate. They can keep this control. And now Sentinels, they are on the prowl for the final few kills. As now it's only Bob in a 1v4. Hunter's Fury in solo use. Shazam, all four players looking for that last frag.
Perfect.
Sentinels, dramatic, but they take up the first map over Sonics.
Sonics looks so good to start this game off. Sentinels, I've said it like 4 or 5 times, but dude, they know how to adapt. They know how to adjust, and boy, do they bring it. 10 started to turn on. It felt like everyone started to clip, but it was such a great battle.
They won
Both
the first
Shazam,
map.
both
That was
Dizzy
really good.
battling back and forth to keep this game as close as can be. Sonics look good, but Sentinels, we know them to be the best, and that's why they are the best.
Tyson is so
Yeah,
hot.
Sentinels, I mean, they still have yet another map to face on after this, but that was the map pick of Sonics. But I mean, let's take it back a little bit, right? Yeah. Sonics, they have not played against any top-tier NA opponent yet. This is their very first matchup, and they have to face against the best that we have to provide, and they still took them to double digits. We went 20-plus rounds in this game, and, I mean, that's... If that isn't a glimpse of hope, I don't know what is. Sonics has the fire, and they know that they have to prove it today. It's not like they're going to be eliminated for the rest of the Champions Tour either. I mean, they still have other chances over in Challengers, but this is their statement. This is their time to show up. Oceania can rise up right now and prove themselves as an international powerhouse, because now Sonics, they still have a little bit of a fight against Sentinels, but 2 more maps to prove it. Let's see if they can.
Well, Sonics down 0-1.
I normally don't go in when I'm streaming and Tyson's playing, so. Look at Dapper's tweet. Welcome to NA. Oh man. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go say hi to Tyson. And thank you, Austin, for the sub.
I feel like I need to defend my scene's honor here, because this is just turning into a bit of a dog battle.
Like in groups always look.
I'm cutting you off here. I'm cutting you off. Cutting you off. He said G2's winning it. He said G2's winning it.
We need to wait till the next EU tournament, which could be in about 10 years now.
Take it with like a grain of salt.
No,
but that being said,
take it super literally.
Spike defused.
The money in the bank.
And thank you, Cycle, for the sub, and thank you, Troller Manor, for the sub. I'm confused what's happening. How tall are you? I am 5'9", almost 5'10". What the fuck, she's tall? Yeah, I'm tall. I can't wait to meet some of you guys. I'll tower over some of you, but it's okay. My hair is getting long, it is. Well, I straightened it. I was talking to Tyson and he was like, holy, they play so much more different than any other team I'm used to seeing. And I was like, yeah, that's international for you. And then I was just talking to him and I was like, it'll be interesting to see NA play against EU. That should be really cool. First map, Sentinels 1. And thank you, Tony Baloney Loney, for the sub. Tyson is 5'11". I would say he's almost 6 foot, if not 6 foot. And thank you, TK Charmin, for the sub, and thank you, McFly0 for the sub. Why doesn't Tyson play Jet? Because Shazam normally plays Jet. That's cap. How's that cap? Why would I lie about my height? People were saying that he was 5'4". You guys are almost the same height. Yeah. When I started dating Tyson, we were roughly the same height. Hey Yosh. I'm 5'9".
Welcome back to the Valorant Champions Tour. It's Challengers number 1
what does diff mean?
For stage
Different.
2 here in North America, and we have the battle of 2 international bests. The best from North America facing off against the best from Oceania. And Sonics, they
Tyson
put up
literally
their fight,
seems like
but
5'5".
Sentinels going into map number
Little
2 looking
god.
quite confident. The stellar finish. My name is Upmine, joined here by Sully, and we have map number 2 coming up in just a little bit.
My man's got a
That
periodic
game from
table on
Sonics,
his
it
wall.
was
No,
so good from
Ethan,
it.
I
It
heard
felt
that
like we
he
were
is
watching
a STEM
recap
major.
of the Masters Grand Finals, dude. Sonics brought
Konnichiwa.
their A
Hello,
game,
hello.
and they brought it good to Sentinels. It was so close. There were so many insane plays, but again, we talked about Sentinels in that map and how good they are at adjusting, and boy, did they do it. They turned on in that
We'll
second half.
see how it goes.
And Icebox hasn't exactly been a, you know, too
But
too
this
consistent
was
pick for
Sonic's
Sonics, but
map
they enjoy
pick.
to play Icebox. They love to counter pick, period.
That's really
I mean,
good.
that's what Sonics, or that's what Ian even told us during the call, that he likes to study their opponents, and he likes to go with what is their least favorable pick, or they just like to go with what they're feeling. In Sonics, it looked like they were on their A game throughout Icebox, but Sentinels, man, they went back into that Masters winning mode that we were really dying to see throughout really the end of
That
the
shot
first
by
half and
Bob
the
was
beginning of
actually
the second
crazy,
half,
though.
but they turned
Not
on the
gonna
Jets
lie.
anyways.
Yeah, now going into this second map, at least going into Split, this is such a weird map pool because we go Icebox, Split, and then Ascent, right? It's the two maps that most people don't prefer to play, but going into Split, I feel like we're going to see the exact same energy from both these sides. They're going to be very minor agent composition changes. Most importantly, Sentinels, they've been running Astra on Split. Yesterday when they played against one of the early teams, I think in a round of 64, when they did get to Split, they were playing Astra, so that's a little bit different, and we know Sonics love to use Astra, at least from past interviews, so I'm curious to see what exactly Ian has in his plan book to counter Sentinels and what Shazam has
No
incorporated for
follow.
Astra
No,
to
I don't.
possibly
I
counter
don't follow
Sonics.
Sentinels
I'm excited to see Split too because
I don't know how long
least for
Tyson's gonna be on
Sonics-
loan for.
Sully, listen to this. Sonics has only played Split a singular time
Okay, I'll follow.
in the last 3 months. Like, what? And the same thing was 6 months before that. They just do not play Split. So even for those that are fans of the Oceanic scene and have been following Sonics, this team has only played 1 official Split in the last 3 or so months. So
A follow
I
doesn't
don't
mean
know
much
what
to
tell
me.
you, dude.
I
This
don't
is
know.
more of a question for us NA casters than it is
Why
for
are
really
you,
anyone
Element? You're
watching
wearing the
this game.
jersey.
Yeah, I feel
So
like the stats, at
it's
least
because
for the side
Tyson
of Sonics, is
plays.
like, they're kind of irrelevant because they played 1 game in the last 3 months, 2 games in the last 6 months. So their Split game, dude, it could have been. There could be a ginormous like change. We don't know because we know Sonics have talked about in the past about how coming to NA, there's such a big style change from the slow style in Oceania to the insanely fast pace from North America. So there could be a huge agent composition shift from what we
Will
know or
Sentinels
what
by
we think
Tyson?
Sonics could be going with from the very small sample size that we
C9
have.
allows it.
Well, let's see it. As the agent
Ooh,
composition
Zoms
starts
on
to formulate now
Astra.
for Sonics, what are you looking out for from at least their prior experience?
Well, I think from the
This should
get-go,
be
we obviously
interesting.
know Dizzy Life. He is kind of the core of this team when it comes to one agent.
Tyson
He is a true
is
jet operator. He runs jet. We
19
really only
years
see him by the
old.
operator, and from time to time, we might see him ball
Turning
play
20.
Yeah, Dizzy's going to stick to it. Plix, he's always going to be that second duelist. Now, I think in the past, at times, they did
Tyson is
play
an
Raze.
expensive
They've
bish.
now switched to Reyna because that enables maybe Plix a little bit more, right? You can be that second entry right behind Dizzy, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit interesting, though. We say that, but that's the dynamic that Jet and Reyna have.
How old
Dizzy
are
isn't
you? I'm
like that.
19.
He's not a player to really jump
you
into the fight
Poutine,
and get the nitty-gritty entries that
played for
need
this
to
one.
happen. So it does look like for now, Sonics, nothing has really changed. Ian's picked up the KJ.
And thank you,
Bob
Guy
has picked up
Bible,
the
for
Sova,
the 5
and more
gifted
importantly, Gus, on
subs.
the
Thank
side
you,
of
thank you.
Sentinels, it's disaster that I'm really looking towards.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, they already used it once. They used it yesterday, Sully. So how does this actually change the Split approach? Because
Astra should be
Astra is essentially brand
interesting.
new to top competitive play. This is the first Riot sanctioned event that we see Astra actually live. So Sentinels picking it up early might be a sign of the change. Or a sign
Yeah,
of time.
Tyson and I live
I mean,
together.
I
We've
don't know
lived together
exactly how they've
for over a
incorporated.
year
Obviously,
now.
We're yet to see a Sentinels Astra play, but I imagine it's going to be a lot of combining utility, right? You've got 2 Sentinels, 2 duels in that single controller, no initiators from what they used
What's
to
my
be. Or
favorite
I
fruit?
don't
My
think they
favorite
ever
fruit
ran
is a
initiators,
granadilla.
apologies. So this isn't too big of a change. It's just having a different controller with a little bit more utility users. I still feel as though you can still use Astra the same way as maybe an Omen.
A
maybe little bit slower 'cause you have to
granadilla.
use that
I
Astra
think it's
form,
pronounced.
But I think with that extra utility, knowing how complex
think this is how it's
Sentinels can be
pronounced,
and knowing what
or
Shazam probably
spelled.
has up his sleeve, this is definitely going to be an interesting one. for the
Very,
side of
very
Sentinels.
yummy.
Yeah, they used to run Sky at a couple of times, but it was mostly just a counter pick and something that they experimented with just a fair few times before they would still run. They would still run the
Granadilla.
Sage. They would
Okay.
actually run Omen instead. So this is
not
this is
passion
very much
fruit.
the same
Passion
comp.
fruit
It's
and
just that Omen
Granadilla
has
are
been
very
taken out
different things.
and Astra put in. At least for the side of Sonics, from the one time that they played it, they haven't changed a singular thing, Sully.
It's really tasty.
I mean,
it's similar to a passion fruit.
Really
I would say
composition
it's
because
less
you have,
tart. It's sweeter.
Again, the two very different styles. And
Dizzy
Sentinels, I
AFK.
think that's more
mean Shazam?
amplified by the fact that they're running a Cypher instead, right? Cypher can be a very aggressive aid. You can get a lot more map control given.
You're right.
his
Dizzy
cages,
is
so to have
disconnected.
Sonic's running that KJ much more. I'd say out of the two Sentinels, I guess out of the three, if you want to include Sage, is a lot more control based, right? You can control an entire site. You can metaphorically and literally lock down an entire site. So Sonic's on the defense. This is where they, I think, need to kick it into gear. Their stats in the past, at least against the teams they played in Oceania, 83% win rate on attack. But again, it's one map, it's one sample size, and they did win that map, I think, like 13-3 anyway. So I don't know. Take that as you will. So Sonic's
I think they paused.
an entirely different region, an entirely different battlefield. It's split.
Tyson's still on
It's
that.
same composition. It's
poopy
what they're
ping.
used to. But Sentinels,
It's fine.
little changes, little things could be the difference.
It's like 16 to 20 different, but.
Let's see it as we start to go live here, folks. Map number 2 between
How do you pronounce
Sonics
your
and
real name?
Sentinels.
It's
It's
just
Oceania
Kyedae.
facing off against North America. Sentinels, they already started off with a
I just
bang,
want
but
Tyson
same
to
thing with
play,
Sonics.
like,
Momentum
at
is
LAN.
high, and let's see if that can transfer over to Split as we start off map 2.
3-man stacked straight up and towards A ramp. This is interesting. They even throw a one-way, so Dapper, that control is a little nullified. Doesn't go for it. So now I think, at least for the side of Sonics, they kind of read, okay, we have most of A on lockdown. They have an alarm bot just in case a player goes straight into elevator, but these smokes, there they go. They grab well as well to pull players in. Bob is just going to try and delay. He needs to back away. He does get a hefty shock dart, though, onto 10s, tagging him down to red, but Sentinels, they've got control of the site, and they're looking comfortable, at least for now.
The best I've
Quick and
ever
easy
gotten
in
was
Sonics,
16
they
ping,
just
but I still
kinda
play
put
like shit.
all their eggs into one basket.
This dude's name is Bomb.
Having that set up over towards Heaven, so we're aiming towards a retake anyways. Sentinels ended up going the other
all
direction, so let's see how
going?
they actually treat this one out. Most of the players actually coming in through B main. That's kind of crazy. They make their way out quick, though. Shazam picking up 2 immediately. Dizzy Light trying to dash on. Does end up taking out Shazam. Now he zomps. Ooh, still with another one and still in the back of sight. It's actually
Nice.
Qualifier. Sick right in the middle of smoke. And with one last person remaining, Crunchy needs to go into a 1v3. And
Let's
Sentinels, they open things up with a fairly clean pistol round. As Sonics, again, I don't know what they were even trying to go for. It looked very coordinated, but it's rare that we ever see, at least in terms of a B retake, only one singular choke point being used.
Yeah, Sonics is, at least in the past from what we've seen from their VODs with their retakes, is a
sheesh
very
almost
burst
slipped
style,
out.
right? They'll send in a single flash and try and retake the site from there out.
Sheesh.
One thing that they did note is that with their
Guys,
retakes,
I
and
need
at
to
least
stop
from
saying
where- from
sheesh. It's such a
Oceania,
bad
is that
habit.
teams love to
It
just,
started off
once
as
they
a
get the
fucking
spike up,
joke,
go
and
back
now
way
it's
to
turned
extremities,
into
giving
a
lot
really,
of space
really,
for
really
Sonics
bad
to take
habit.
up, whereas in that one at least, and they experience it definitely on Icebox, is that Sentinels, they stick around in that site. So to burst from one area and to have 3 different players watching you, it's only guaranteed, I feel like, to be disastrous in that
Going
sense.
into your astral form, like in the open like that, kind of scares me.
One singular person on B site. Again, Ian is the only one
Let's
with
go, Tyson.
contact. And right as the nebula goes up, Tens times it.
Sheesh.
Takes out Ian before it even blooms. And just like that, it's B site control again. But what on earth is going on? Sentinels, they actually want to fight the rotation early. Shazam might be here to just farm. Same thing with Tens.
It's on me. Let's
Flick still
go.
gets a kill. Tens, well, does take down Bomb.
Yes,
but,
the
take him
lurk.
down, not exactly. But it's the paranoia that blinds him and could just
Yes!
one last one out of this. There you go. Stat padding. That's what Tens does best.
Sheesh.
Also, a big thing is that with him
These
getting those
sheeshes
4
are so
kills,
sad. What do you want?
only one-
Sheesh.
Nice little addition, at least for 10 going into this next round of being
Oh
control, but
my,
think
I
they
hate
might
myself.
prioritize that
It's
at least.
okay.
Probably sick to get his ult up. So Sentinels, 2 quick rounds on the board. Sonics gonna be able to respond back with their buy. This is where
Tyson
things,
woke up.
like we saw in Icebox, are
He
gonna
is
start
waking
to
up.
heat up just a little bit, because now Sonics, they've got the guns, they can get a little more confident, can get a little more
Hunter
abrasive,
0-0-0.
at least on the side of Sentinels. And it's a
Beautiful.
5-player push. Stars already down. Dapper's
Karis,
gonna
be
get
proud
that
of your
control,
man.
so much util committed. And Dizzy's
You're
gonna be completely
depressed?
ignored.
I'm not
Sentinels
depressed, I'm
storm
just
into the
tired.
site.
And it's yet another free take for Sentinels. I mean,
Let's go.
3
Easy.
rounds in a row. And we're just not seeing any sort of contest from Sonics.
You're the best
after
girlfriend
the
ever.
first bat.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know
I'm
if
supportive.
this is a sign of what they do for splits
Darp
or
on
if
the
this is
lurk.
play style, but well, as long as
We
they
get
have
to
a
see it.
plan in check, As long as they have a contingency plan, potentially they could counteract. But let's see how they even take this on, because now you have a gravity pull over towards ramp. That delays even more time. Shazam on the front line takes down Ian, and Tenzi's on a crossfire, taking down Crunchy and Screens. Double in ramp, trying to go down, and it's double for really both teams. Zom's right behind too, taking down
Nice.
Front with Tens right behind. Sentinels.
I said dark.
Yet another clean round.
I love the way they use that Astra utility, and more importantly, the
Tyson
single jet
6-1.
smoke
Nice,
to really
nice.
lock down the players coming from ramp, right? Dapper was
Use
playing
the
there right,
photon
just in
knife, I
case
know.
what players are going to try and quickly go for the flank. He was watching for that. Then Tens comes back to reinforce. They commit the Astra Nebula. They throw down the grab pull so they can all focus on the players funneling out of screen. Sonics read like a book in that one, unfortunately. Sentinels, a 3-0 start, 4 Phantoms, and a Vandal as they fully invest into this one with hardly any casualties. So Sonics, this round is all about trying to stabilize, maybe pulling some guns out of the hand of the Sentinels, but I don't really see it going their way, as Sentinels clearly have not lost any momentum transitioning from map number 1.
No, surely not. I mean, they took up the dub anyways. I mean,
I think Tyson just
Sentinels
body
had a
blocked
huge
there.
drive
Oopsies.
at the end of Icebox, especially with the way that they won some of the rounds.
When I looked it up, it said that Tyson was 5'6".
Oh Zom's
my.
sick, opening up with 2 kills onto Crunchy and Ian. Plix getting a little bit of damage, but it's actually a combo coming in from sight as Sick
that's a
takes
horrible
down
gun.
Bob from lower. One last player remaining. Dizzy only has a shorty. And Dizzy, no, please don't come around the corner, please. Oh, Dizzy begging for his life, and now he just wants to go for it anyways.
Nice try.
Still takes him down. Oh boy, yeah, we needed a quick laugh, because holy Sentinels, this is far from funny for them. They just wanted to get this over with quickly.
Yeah, you know, after that first game, no more funny business here.
Easy
Sonics, the
for
buyback is
us.
Dizzy's picked up the operator. I feel like this was the game changer for Sonics.
Defensive side of
Dizzy
map, by
started
the way?
to click and his ops started to
I think
hit,
with the changes,
that's when
it's
Sonics
pretty
really came alive. And
close.
So Dizzy can
I
do it here
personally
again.
still think
Who
that
knows?
it's
However,
attacker-sided.
Sentinel's use of
to be
Astra's
honest.
utility, right? We've seen Gravels go into elevator in this position in particular, and I'm worried that Dizzy might get pulled back at least. And yeah, there's already one. Nebula goes out, the grab not in his favor.
Oh,
but now he's stuck.
my.
Shazam punishing him. And
Literally
Sonics, down
suck
goes
it.
Dizzy, up, lost, and now a 4v5.
Would you say it's TT? Split.
Now it's quick once again. This
Yeah,
time
this is split.
Ian with a plethora of util right by his side.
Nice
He
try,
still needs
Tyson.
to get the kills to really make it worth it, but he gets traded
Nice.
out immediately by Sick.
Wait,
And Sick,
I told-
it's almost a trademark
Hunter's
at this point,
on
immediately
Sage now?
picking back up Tens.
I wasn't even paying
So now
attention.
Sonics
Look at this guy. He
down
was
to
on
square one.
Silva.
A
Now he's on
two-man
Sage.
disadvantage. As there's even a
Literally
wall
the
in
most
heaven
flexible
that they
person
have
ever.
to try to take down. They have no clue who's behind it.
What was Dapper do? Oh, he's grabbing the ult sword. I'm so confused for a
Yes.
second. I was like, Dapper, where are you going, man? But Sonics,
Yeah.
it's another retake from one extremity, guys.
Oh,
And Tens is still around the corner. He tries to fight it out immediately, though, and he somehow escapes from a mosh pit of Sonics players.
Crunchy.
It's Crunchy. Okay. Crunchy. So
no
practicing with
Karis.
the fact that he
No,
does
Tyson
use aim
and I
lab,
talk
but
about Hunter quite a
Sentinels-
bit.
They've been hitting the retake servers, to say the least. 5-0, man.
We think that
This
he's
pack mentality from
definitely
Sentinels is like the third or fourth run in a row that they've sent
underrated,
3 or
and
so
he's
players
probably
straight
one
up
of
towards
the,
mid, and it's been one player caught off guard.
like, biggest
don't know how Sonics
assets
have a plan to counter, because it
to a
feels like
team.
even if they want to throw
Because
more
he's so
bodies towards
consistent.
mid, right? One more player towards
he's
mid,
really good at
another
the
towards
game.
elevator. This util from the Astra is really holding them back, and
he's
it's making it so difficult
really
for
good.
Sonics to commit multiple players to that early fight. Dizzy's got the Blade Storm. He's going to use that earlier towards B main. Sentinels, another pack mentality is another.
If
big
you
take.
had
They
to
will get
choose
full
somebody
control.
to like really be someone you can like count on
This
in
time
any
they're maintaining
situation,
Dizzy
I have to say
back over towards the B
be
site.
Sick or
Or in a
Hunter.
crossfire. So now he has
Yes.
Blade Storm, but Sick can
say.
actually hear him. We've had that audio input, but let's see if he actually reacts to it, because Dizzy way
Dude
far
doesn't
off his
know the
line. I mean,
sense.
this is
This is such an
this is a
off angle.
do or die scenario,
Ooh, well
but
played,
Sick
Dizzy.
actually with a miss input. But luckily for him, Tens actually went back to go get the spike.
I'm not betraying Tyson.
Sonics.
You guys are so
maintaining
weird.
2 players.
Like I feel like if I talk about any other player in like a good
Reaction.
way, you guys are
players
like,
here.
Sentinels
that's
just has
weird.
full free real
It's
estate,
like,
man.
no, I'm
This
telling the
This
truth.
is just so tough to even approach.
Oh yeah, and look at this. A single play from Dapper, that wall going up is pulled rotations. They had 3 players in top of heaven, but now that they're gone, and yeah, Flix is looking the wrong way. Nothing you can do, Bob, with just a sheriff. Okay, Bucky to the head. Not enough damage. Still in the old patch, and it's Soft to punish. 5v1 Sentinels.
Average shatter as well.
It's Crunchy who's gonna try and get something out of this one, but 6-0 for Sentinels.
Wow.
Talk about a start and a half. Now Sonics are the ones that have to do the adapting at this midpoint.
I mean, talk about kind of going through the fire with this map pool, right? Because
By
Sonics,
the way,
they still took
Hunter's
down
girlfriend's in the
Sentinels'
chat.
best map
I'm not
off
being
the veto
strange.
anyways. But now they head into Split, which
It
is
makes me
their
happy people
second most
recognize this
efficient,
still.
79% win rate. They're 19-5.
It doesn't
Their
go
defensive side
unrecognized for
is
sure. Especially in the pro scene.
notoriously efficient. I mean, and they're proving it again.
I'll stop
I
explaining
don't know
myself.
what to tell you, dude. Sonics, they're just having a tough time even getting the right formation. But that's
Sick has a
what
girlfriend?
happens after
Yes?
time, right?
This conditioning by Sentinels.
Karis.
That jet smoke has, or that cloudburst has always been a cue that a grab bell was going to be activated. But
6 girls
Sonics
here is,
doesn't
yeah.
use it. He instead
Kisses
replaces it up a little bit
there.
higher, and Tens from the swing on elevator almost had a second. Dizzy, or apologies, Plix who does evade Tens. And now the trades
Whoa,
go back.
watch out.
Sentinels finally here in a 2v2 as Crunchy comes up huge in Hunter Street from Bob.
Nice Rose.
All right, finally we have a little bit of a ball game. Sick picking up Dapper, and Crunchy knows that it's over towards bottom mid, and he wants to fight it up immediately, taking down Dapper. Still, one player that they have no idea where he is Tens. Tens still coming up, and Crunchy's not going to cancel either. He's completely committed to the B, or I'm sorry, to the A sites. Wait, but they have no clue that Bob is here. Bob shuts it down. 40 HP.
Yes,
40
Tens
seconds
a
left.
zombie.
What am I saying? I'm slipping up on my words. Tens.
Okay. Girlfriend buff is real, I agree.
What takes down Bob.
Tyson, just
Now
commit,
it's down
please.
to a 1v1 as again that CP went all the way back to the A side, but Crunchy just has enough time. Tens gets that information, goes for the fake, and Crunchy gets headshot through the wall. Tens knows that he's done for.
I'm so scared,
The CP
Tyson.
don't really know if it even made a sound cue from that position.
Easy for you. Don't
Tens out
lose
with
this.
the eye. Crunchy needs a headshot right here, right now. That's the only thing that he can afford.
It's okay,
Tens playing
Tens.
ring around the rosy around.
Yes!
Crunchy emerges, and that's a second.
Chat, can I get a shake?
To firmly put Crunchy in his grave.
Let's go,
They
Tyson.
get another one.
Well
that
played, baby.
Looked finally contested from
Yay.
Sonics, but he came down to the Hunter's
was awesome.
Fury and the second interaction in Heaven to even
so
attempt to open
scary.
it up. But that sneaky position from Tens was everything.
Yeah, I love this fight, mainly because
Beautiful.
we hyped Crunchy up to be the aim lab beast from Oceania, but Tens is literally the aim lab beast from North America, so it comes down to the one taps. Who can get it? Who can get the headshot angle? And Sonics, unfortunately, Crunchy can't pull out the dub, but they do still have a buyback. Again, these buys have
I
been
am
so
sorry.
detrimental though, but now they're on max loss bonus. There are no excuses. They can continue to buy until they can break it down, but there's Astra. Cosmic Divide splits up the A site. No one's getting through, and it's a free site again for Sentinels.
That is such a good wall, too.
I mean, how many times are we going to say that at this point? Zoms, the Cosmic Divide,
That was really nice.
placing down his stars near the perimeter, and
Is that cool Zombs
speaking
picks
of
Astra?
perimeter, you
Yeah,
gotta
I think it's pretty
stay
cool.
out of the perimeter of this one. It's the lockdown going in as
Ooh,
Sentinels
Bob just missed
start
it.
to abandon what is this hold of ramp. But
Nice.
Bobby gets completely overwhelmed as the lockdown goes down. Three players emerge from the same position, and Shazam in the back of sight.
Yes!
It's a meat grinder at
Ooh.
Sentinels. They make it look so easy.
Sit the fuck down, Bob.
That was the blur. The post
That dude's
so
name
quick
kills
to
me.
Sentinels. Dude,
Holy
I don't
shit.
Even, I say, give me a second to process.
Oh,
Tens,
my, look at
Shazam, instant double kills
That was
from
beautiful.
both of them. Sonics. That is a shocker. That
Look at
combo
that.
from Dapper, that trip and cage, predicting the push straight from ramp is brilliant from Sentinels.
And
Up
they get straight to the
8-0. Momentum, I said it before, has not been lost, and they are
Overcame
still continuing to
adversity.
run with it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god, I'm gonna turn down my mic gain. It's a little bit loud.
Well, here we go again. Holy man. All right. Speechless. Sentinels.
Yep.
Now maintaining more of a default this round, and this is another trademark.
Do you
where
guys know who
Dapper has
else is
almost
doing a watch
pioneered
party today?
The entire Cypher lurk dynamic, just Sentinel lurk dynamic in general. Dapper
Oh.
going out
Hunter.
towards the ramp area.
Oh my god.
Just trying to go on his old solo ways. See if he could get a couple of picks for the rotation in. So Plix
Shroudus.
is able to go out, but a
Shroud
quick dash
mid.
from Shazam actually trying to take down Plix. Still two players on
Oh,
site.
Tyson.
So clean
Look
onto
at
Bob.
Dapper.
It was almost a scrappy
Ooh.
battle, but Dapper is already more than up.
That was a nice
in their
shot.
Spawn. Crunchy still takes down
Sean
10s.
Garris's as well.
This B site isn't exactly locked down just yet, but look at Dapper, man. He's perusing his way throughout the map. A little bit of a marathon around the world, and is able to take down 2 for his troubles. 1v3 for Sonics.
That's beautiful.
Picked up a Vandal. The spike is still dancing. Oh my god, it's gonna run right into him. Zombs, he's gonna go down here. If Crunchy can get the kill, no! That
What do you
was
mean,
it. If he
no?
gets the kill, he knows where
Yes!
Dapper is, and he can assume where Shazam is gonna be at. 9-0 Sentinels. I guess
Come on
that's the confidence difference.
It doesn't
Sonics are
even
starting to lose. The
matter.
morale being down 9-0 is definitely gonna take a hit here. And Sentinels, Dapper's like, Dapper on that flank is like, wait,
Nice.
I can kill them. I got this. But Sentinels playing this so well. You mentioned Dapper with the textbook lurk. Well, he does it perfectly. The Sentinels are dominating.
thank you,
looking
DJ
for
Hen, for
double
the sub
digits
as well.
for Sonics. Can even get there first.
That could have been a round changer with a spike. That is true.
Man, this seems like a far cry from what we saw in map 1.
Is this an unlucky game or was the game
Sonics
before a
just
luck?
looked more
No,
confident, not only that, but
the
of
map
course,
before
the
was
defensive side
Sonic's
actually had
map
some
pick,
initial battles
actually,
going
so
forward.
I'm sure they had
Instead
quite a
now
bit of things
Sentinels,
to
after
do.
they had conditioned Sonics to stay more disciplined,
Tyson
to
has one
potentially
bad
fight
game
up
and they think
some of
he's
their own
terrible.
battles individually.
Yeah, that's called
maybe stack up
bandwagoning.
the sites a little bit harder. It's like Sentinels are just corralling them into their most optimal spots. Sentinels, at least in this round, not exactly taking their
Sonics
time, but at
played
least taking up more control than you would
Icebox really
expect.
good.
They're already
Yeah.
up top mid, but
I
they're
agree. They
actually
played
heading
that
into
really
a
well.
double crossfire over and heavy.
Shazam.
But Shazam takes down both of them
Jeez.
solo.
Well played.
Sentinels make their way out now. Now it's Dizzy, essentially in a 1v5, and that's already it. Tens is going to be able to get the spike down. These last 2 players for Sonics, I mean, yeah, they're essentially on full loss bonus, but I mean, they just have to save up at this point. They're getting crunched
Hey,
up
GG
again.
easy, guys. Oh!
Sick.
Hunter!
2-2 clean. 10-0
Jeez.
Sentinels.
Oh my
Sonics,
god.
this is such a vast
Harris,
difference
I'm
from
sure
what
that
we
one was
saw
for
in
you.
Icebox, the confidence that Sonics had, and
God
this
damn.
is where it comes down to where you're playing on a map that you're not familiar with, right? You ban the map Haven, where you're maybe a little more comfortable on, but you know is Sentinel's best map pick, but then you go to a map that you have
That's
almost
beautiful.
no experience on. I think at least Sonics were anticipating Sentinels to pick Ascent here instead, and that would have been the best bet for Sonics to win it in a 2-0 fashion on another map they're comfortable. But Sentinels, they've proven time and time again as to why they are one of
can't
the
believe
best in
it's
North
10-0
America
though.
on splits, and they're doing it here 10-0, and Sonics are yet to get anything going.
I'm gonna have to call Van Silly time and time again. You keep saying time and time again. In we go though. Sonics trying to fight up mid. 4-person mosh pit. Just trying to crunch up Sentinels, but that plan doesn't work out in their favor either. Instead, now it's Sonics having to abandon their mission with Sentinels having full free real estate of the B site.
Yeah, the wall up as well. There should be no chance. Lear out from 10s. It's a late lurk from Zoms. Nebula's down and everything. Sick waiting and watching. Shaz will get the spike down, but now they're looking for a little more Plix to punish, but Dapper again. This lurk is going to catch all of them off guard.
It's all good.
That's what Dapper does best.
Might not be
They
needed.
got to expect it, and are they expecting it? They have at least Ian looking
Hey,
over
Seth.
towards that direction, but Tens is just looking
Yes,
for some free
let's
frags.
go.
Shazam even shooting bodies. Holy Sentinels.
Dapper's gonna go for another
11-0
knife.
over Sonics. They're looking to close things out. As Sonics, their economy is just shambolic.
Yeah, in this last round as well, 2 Guardians, a Judge for Dizzy.
Yay, I'm so happy.
One can only hope that they can bring this back on the attacking
This is
side.
nice.
But
At least I
Sonics,
won't have
it's
any heart
not
issues
a good look
today.
so far. This buy as well, like we mentioned, or like you mentioned, it's shambolic, not going to help them in any sense in this last round of the half. Sonics, 2 Odin Sentinels. Oh, good heavens. Are we going to see the Zoms and Shazam crosser pulled out? I hope.
Yeah, they're so broke.
I would love to see it.
Oh,
Yesterday, it gave them a huge upgrade against the NA in round 1. For sure, for sure. Let's see it though. Oh, Crunchy. Okay, hello. What's up? The Guardian. And the 2-person watch, the 3-person watch of the mid side. They've already abandoned up into heaven, and that's a wall up to try to pick up Shazam. Look at this. I love seeing
Oh my
the line of
God.
fire. I love that
Wait,
whole
how many
graphic, because
Odins?
You just see what is this weird tic-tac-toe battle over in mid. And Crunchy,
Fuck.
come on! He tried to go for the fastest flank of his life the most ballsy teleport of his career, and it just doesn't work. They catch him off immediately, and Sentinels waltzing their way into the B site again as Sonics. They thought that some of them were slick. You still have yet another player. It's actually Dizzy that went on the flank to try to get someone mid, but couldn't find anyone. But instead, him over towards B main, gets a kill onto Sick. Even man advantage. Blinks out from heaven, takes down Zombs. This could be their chance to finally take back a round in this map. Watch out for Shazam holding it down in heaven, but Plix takes him down. 2v3. It's quiet now as the last two players remaining are split up between B man and Sight. But when you have 10 alive, it's all too tough, isn't it? Dapper with the Odin. Oh, little bit of a fake jump. Bob, he backs on out too, and he still has an Odin. It's Odin v Odin! But oh my word!
Oh
the
my!
Pre-fire around the corner, Dapper with a selfie, and Sentinels with a perfect half over Sonics.
Well, that's quite a way for Sentinels to say that, yeah, you had a good first map, but we're going to have an even better second map. 12-0 Sonics.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, now I feel like maybe this stat becomes a little more relevant, at least for the Aussie fans, is that 83% attacking win rate in the last 3 months.
Yikes.
You know, take that as you will. There is a chance for Sonics, that's all I'm saying, but we talked about how cliche it was
the
to
selfie.
say this, but, the pistol round is the most important round in this game right now, at least for Sonics. 12-0, you lose it, and you're out.
Yeah, no, out of the tournaments. I mean, talk about how unfortunate it is for even Sonics trying to get used to the playstyle of North America. I mean, they're completely new to the scene in general, and they just get thrown into the fire against Sentinels. I mean, you got to adapt to survive. I mean, just imagine the headlines, right? If Sonics is actually able to take back rounds. I'm just thinking metaphorically here. Here comes Sentinels, dude. They have 2 players up in heaven as Sonics barrel their way into the heaven side. Dapper takes down 1, but Sick is still finding this 1-point Blake, and it's Shazam to try to help him out. And the gravity pull is so good. It's so good. 6 takes down 2. They wrap him up. Ian now in a 1v3 breaks down the wall, but there's 2 players watching right over him. Sentinels, they close out the first international battle in Valorant, and they close out map 2 with a 13-0 to move on to the round of 16.
Well, there you have it, boys. Sentinels 13-0, Gus. I mean, that just shows the 2 differences between 2 teams.
Very, very close.
Unreal Sentinels. They are proven once more why they're the #1 in North America and why anyone from any region can take them on, but you are not going to take them down. A very good first map. Don't get me wrong, but Sentinels, they came out swinging and they hit hard in the guts of Sonics.
I'm honestly so glad that
they kind of just proved it.
They won that though.
I think Sentinels kind of did just prove that NA
is toxic?
indeed a region to look out for, especially looking out into Masters 2 in just a few months. But you gotta feel bad, dude. Like I was saying earlier, Sonics, they're still getting used to the NA playstyle. They're still getting used to the environment. They came here, what, a week and a half ago? Yeah. And they didn't have practice for a week or 2 weeks right before that. So, again, full respect for Sonics for even showing up, facing on the #1 seed, the best that NA has to offer. They surely fought frag for frag in map 1, but Sentinels, they just proved why they're even #1 in NA and potentially one of the best in the world.
Right, yeah, and I will say this about Sonics is that give them time. Again, like we've been saying this entire series, that they are adjusting. They have meant to make
win a game,
switches,
and Sonics is #2 already. Never mind.
They don't work here, so give them time. I feel like we can see this team still continuing to rise. I mean, there's a lot of potential.
And then look at Tyson. How cute he is. He's like, well, it's cool to see how different they played than all the other teams have played.
Only played 1 time in the last 3 months, 2 times in the last 6.
Wait, what's happening?
I think maybe they read the maps and bans wrong. They were hoping for a second map with a sense.
Isn't so adorable always.
What they did.
This guy's so humble.
For Sonics, but again, huge potential with this roster.
Check Sonic's tweet.
Yeah, and it's that talking point that we talked about, I think yesterday, not even with Ian, but just talking about the situation with this game in general in terms of map pool. We're behind was a very consistent map for Sonics.
Just
We
this?
don't know if it's a regional thing. We
Thank
don't
you,
know if it's just
Audio
Sonics having their
Pilots for
own,
the sub.
you know, affiliation towards that map. But Bind was their best map, and it was their most played map. So having Sentinels, you know, counter-picking that out, there was really nothing that Sonics can do other than just work on the maps that Sentinels was strongest on. And I mean, they ended up doing that. Ian told us that, again, he was going to counter-pick against Sentinels, and that's exactly what he did. That's why we saw the map pool was a little bit scattered with what Sonics was historically, you know, able to do. So again, just a day's worth of studying. They came into day one with a fresh mind, and again, full respect. But for Sentinels, the future for them looks like yet another close qualifier spot. But they have to play up again in just a couple of days. I think either tomorrow or Sunday.
Shit, what is this?
Sentinels, it was expected. I think a lot of people, at least the Aussie fans, were like, "This is we got this, boys. We got this." Sonics, they're gonna represent
so
us, but unfortunately,
funny.
it's when it comes to a team like Sentinels, we talked about the preparedness that Sonics had, but man, you're going up against Shazam. Everyone
the social media guy needs to get like
notes.txt on every single team in North America. And so when you go up against a guy like that, you're going up against a team like Sentinels, keep in mind they are the best team in North America and have one of the best players in the world. The fact that Sonics competed at that level and at least kept the first map close is
gotta respect Sonics though, of course. I think they did really well.
Props to them. The potential, like I said earlier,
who should I raid,
I'm
guys?
gonna say it again, is massive with these guys.
I could raid.
Yes, sir. So,
Pokemon,
folks, again,
Myth,
that is going to be
Dicey.
at least the end of our games here. But we can talk about a little bit more, Sully, as we wait up for our post-match interview brought to you by Verizon
Myth?
with Shazam in just a little bit. But as we go into that, we can talk about the
All
other games that
right,
are going on as
all
we
right.
speak. So.
Yeah, I think he is going to continue to do more watch parties and stuff like that. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Had to pack. I won't be streaming for like a while because I'll be in LA tomorrow, so it's gonna be a lot. But yeah. Have a safe flight. Thank you, Karis. I appreciate it. But I hope you all have an amazing day/night, wherever you're from. I will see you guys in like 2 weeks. It's gonna be so weird. Are you coming to LA with Tyson? Yes. I dragged Tyson with me. Vlog your trip. Maybe. I might. But yeah. Thank you guys so much again. I will see you all later. Goodbye, guys.